Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Rob from Heroes Avenue. Happy Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Wanted to shout you guys out real quick. If you've been following our channel, you know on Sundays we read the comments, and on Friday I made a video about the 6 rumored villains for this Matt Reeves Batman movie, and it sparked a bunch of really great ideas down in the comment section. So I definitely wanted to highlight the comments from that video today. And one of the main subjects that came out of that is some of you guys threw out your casting for some of the villains for this movie, and I really loved what you guys had to say. And in some cases I wouldn't have been able to come up with a better casting myself. So well, let's get into this. I'm gonna try to speed through all the comments in the video as much as I can, and we'll stop to take a little bit more time on some of the casting choices that some of you guys threw out there. So let's get into it. So first thing I'm seeing is Irving Garcia says, I don't think Reeves is going to include the Bat family in just one movie. It'd be too much. And yeah, I agree. I think for this movie, you know, I'd be content with references or nods to the Bat family, or yeah, I don't think he's going to include all of them at all. You know, there was rumors that a Robin was going to show up. I'd be content with just a reference or a nod to that, but it does seem like he's going to flesh out this whole Batman universe. We know that the worlds of DC means they're trying to flesh out the world for each of their characters and potentially tie them back in later. We do know DC is course correcting at the moment, but I think with this course correction comes them really fleshing out the world for the main characters. And for Batman, you could already tell that Matt Reeves wanting to do this, including possibly 6 villains. He said there was going to be a rogues gallery of villains, so he really is trying to flesh this world out, I think. Let's see. Ryan Thomas says, please watch the last 2 seasons of Gotham. The villains are some of the best iteration of characters on screen. The best poison shows up in the last 2 seasons. And I have heard interesting things and redeemable things about this show. Not all of the seasons, but yeah. Excuse me. I definitely have heard redeemable things about this show, especially in the last couple seasons, and it's just hard. There's so much media out there for me to consume, and I'm so behind already. But I definitely will try to put this on my to watch list. I'm still catching up, but I'll definitely get to it eventually. The great thing is that there are tons of seasons out there already, and I can just binge watch them too. So yeah, I'll definitely try to do that. Batman The Dark Knight says, I'm hyped for this movie, my most anticipated movie ever, with Joker and Django / Zorro. For just so you guys, if you guys didn't already know, not superhero related, but Django Unchained, directed by Quentin Tarantino. There's rumors that there's going to be a Django / Zorro crossover, and Zorro will appear in the next Django Unchained or the Django Unchained sequel. And it's not, I don't think it's confirmed, at least I don't think so. And but it might bring back Quentin Tarantino, not as director, but as possibly producer, is the last news I heard. But that just sounds like an awesome idea, and I would be so down to see Antonio Banderas come back as Zorro. Not that I was a huge fan of Zorro as a kid. I think it came out a long time ago, but for this, I would be so down. I would love to see Zorro, Antonio Banderas interact with Jamie Foxx's Django Unchained, Django. So that would be awesome. And in regards to this Matt Reeves Batman movie, yes, I am super hyped. Probably my most anticipated superhero movie that has been announced so far. Outside of that, I need my Man of Steel 2, or I'm hoping for that. But hey, I'm not holding my breath at this moment. Toxic Lullaby says, honestly, this sounds like a definitive Batman story, and it should stay as the Batman. This is the way to show so many elements of the Batman story. I'm so hyped for this. Yeah, and Matt Reeves, again, is he throwing 6 villains at us. And I don't think all of them are going to play a pivotal part, but he's just going to show us a side of Gotham that we haven't seen before, a Batman in a detective aspect that we haven't seen before. I am super hyped. Yes, I agree with you. I'm not sure if I'm saying this right. Brooklyn I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. But he says, I'd like David Tennant as the Riddler. I think he could really fit the role. I really want there to be a lot of Easter eggs in the film for world building or other villains. David Tennant. Who is David Tennant again? Let me see. David Tennant from Doctor Who, Jessica Jones. Oh, David, yeah. Okay, yeah, I remember him. So David Tennant, yeah. What a great actor. And I'm not familiar with him in Doctor Who. but I am familiar with him from the Jessica Jones series. He was was he Mr. Purple or something? I can't remember his character's name, but yes, he was an incredible actor, and I could definitely see him as the Riddler. And we're gonna get more into the casting because there's some more casting choices down below, but I definitely think that's an awesome casting. I would be down for that. Batman Dark Knight says, I hope the sequel will be set in Arkham Asylum. Yeah. We definitely need to see some more of Arkham Asylum in this franchise. Yeah, there's so many places you can go with that, so many storylines that take place or have major plot points that happen in Arkham Asylum, and that would be awesome. MKL says, I'm not even going to say what I want to see till I see the first film. That's all I'm going to say for now. That's a great mindset to go into it with, because you don't want to set any expectations, and you don't want to throw out all that hate, because a lot of people online will throw out a ton of hate for a movie, giving a bunch of leaks, but when the movie comes out, you're gonna go watch it and you might enjoy it, and you might have to walk back those comments, and it's happened. I've done it before too, so I'm guilty of that. But yeah, I think that's a good mindset to go about it. Definitely wait till you see at least the first trailer before you pass judgment on anything. But yeah, great mindset there. All right, Franca Blooddrop. I think I'm saying that right. Is it confirmed a trilogy or 6 villains in one movie? So I believe it is confirmed. Matt Reeves is working on a trilogy of movies. That is confirmed. 6 villains in one movie, that's rumored, but Matt Reeves did make the comment saying that there would be a rogues gallery of villains. Then the rumors came out that there were going to be 6 villains, and there's even a later article that's saying that there might be more than 6 villains. Obviously, they're not all going to be featured as the main antagonists, so I think it's going to be set up for world building later on. That's at least what I think. But we have seen minor villains in superhero movies who were big villains in the comics, but played more of a minor role in the overall picture of the movie universe. So I don't want to set myself up to get too hyped for any one villain yet, but I am excited that we're going to see multiple villains, because if you read the comics, you read the games, a lot of the stories often feature more than one villain in the actual story. So I'm definitely excited for that. Marvel and DC Comics. 20 years in Gotham, Alfred. How many good guys are left? How many stayed that way? Two-Face, hush. Well, one misses the days. Someone's biggest concerns were exploding to wind up Penguin. Batman in BVS is the abandoned police station. Batman in the BVS is in the abandoned police station wherein there are Riddler symbols. This is a prequel. I forgot about that. There are Riddler symbols in that BVS. In that BVS warehouse, or I guess it's the abandoned police station. Yeah, and again, those are Easter eggs, and Matt Reeves hasn't said it's not a prequel. DC hasn't said it's not a prequel, or at least there are articles saying that it isn't a prequel. But I don't think this is how I'm thinking. I don't think Matt Reeves is actually going to make things so it's drastically different from the Batman 20 years later in BVS. So I don't think it's gonna necessarily connect, but it's not gonna not connect. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah, I mean, I'm just taking this movie for what it is. I'm not necessarily needing it to tie in at this point, because that's what I've heard. All right, here's the Batman, the Dark Knight again. He says, do casting for all of these characters, top 5. And one of you guys, Bui Buddha, just dropped a ton of awesome casting. So I really want to focus in on Bui Buddha and the awesome casting choices that he threw out here. And I think this is your casting choices. Maybe this is copy and pasted, but I'm going to give all credit to Bui Buddha here. So he says, for the Penguin, Andy Serkis. Andy Serkis is an incredible actor. Gollum. He's obviously in Black Panther. He's in a ton of other movies, man. Michael Stuhlbarg. I'm not sure if I am saying that right, but he is from Boardwalk Empire. I remember him from Boardwalk Empire. Incredible actor. I could totally see him. Now that I'm looking at a picture of him, I could totally see him as the Penguin. Oh man. Brian Tyree Henry. I'm not sure if I know this guy from anywhere. Atlanta. Yeah, okay, I recognize him from Atlanta, and he's voiced in Into the Spider-Verse. I don't really see him as the Penguin, but That's just me, but I do love the first two choices. I would be down for any of those guys. So Catwoman. Here we go. Vanessa Hudgens. You know, I've seen a lot of fan art with Vanessa Hudgens as Catwoman, and she definitely looks the part. And I'm not sure so much about her acting chops. I haven't seen her in too much stuff. I just remember her from High School Musical, but I believe that was her. So Ana de Armas. I had to look her up, and then I remembered. Oh my gosh, she was in the most recent movie I've seen her in is in Blade Runner. Man, beautiful girl, and I could see her as Catwoman too. That I love that casting choice. Number 3, Isa Gonzalez, I think that's how you say her name, and she was in Baby Driver. I think she was John Hamm's girlfriend in that one. I think Baby Driver was an incredible movie, one of my favorite movies that came out in 2017. Fast and Furious, Alita Battle Angel, and is she the one who plays Alita? I think she is. Yeah, she was great in Alita Battle Angel, and I would be so down for her to play Catwoman. So many good choices out there. So you're going to see me just agreeing with a lot of the things he's putting out there. So for the Riddler, he says Nicholas Hoult. And we know Nicholas Hoult went up against Robert Pattinson for this Batman role. And a lot of people are hoping he does get a role in the movie. I could see him as a Riddler. Nicholas Hoult, he's a great actor. He's in the recently Tolkien film and X-Men Dark Phoenix, which wasn't as bad a movie as a lot of people said it was. At least in my opinion, I enjoyed the movie. Not a perfect movie, but Nicholas Holt's Beast, yeah, I do like Nicholas Hoult. James McAvoy was my choice. If you watch my last video, I did choose James McAvoy for the Riddler. Would love him to be a part of the DCU. And then he also threw in there Eddie Redmayne. Eddie Redmayne is a great actor. I think he's won an Oscar before as well. He's a great actor. I could totally see Eddie Redmayne pulling this off. And I think the biggest franchise he's in right now, obviously, is the Fantastic Beasts franchise. And yeah, he's just an all-around great actor. And DC would be lucky to have him join the ranks as a villain. Okay, interesting ones here. Two-Face says Oscar Isaac. Oscar Isaac could definitely look the part of Two-Face, and he's proven to be an incredible actor. You know, take away the stuff from, Star Wars and everything like that, but just take a look at, let's take a look at some of the movies he's been in. And Oscar Isaac, he was Apocalypse, not gonna hold that against him, but Ex Machina in 2014, he was great in that movie. And I don't want to give anything away, but check that movie out. He does great. Triple Frontier, he was awesome. Watching that movie, I saw a ton of potential DC castings in that movie, and obviously in Star Wars and other things too. But yeah, what a great choice there. John Hamm, for a long time, everyone wanted him as Batman. Oh man, John Hamm, I could totally see him as Two-Face, and Two-Face is rumored to be part of this movie, and we may see, depending on the storyline, may see another origin of Two-Face, which was done so great in The Dark Knight, by the way. Sterling K. Brown. Okay, Sterling K. Brown. Who is he again? Let's see. Sterling K. Oh yeah, that's right. He was in he's in This Is Us, which I don't watch, but he was in Black Panther as T'Challa's brother. I'm sorry, T'Challa's uncle. Oh man, yeah. I could see him as a Two-Face. That would be pretty awesome. I could totally see that. I do like that casting right there. Mad Hatter. He also puts James McAvoy there as Mad Hatter. I could definitely see that. I think James McAvoy could just play anything. If you see what he's done in Glass and what was the movie came before Glass? I'm drawing a blank. But yeah. Just check that out. He plays like 20 something different personalities, and they keep interchanging between them. It's so great. One of the best performances. Bill Hader. Wow. We'll see how Bill Hader. Bill Hader is he's actually an underrated actor, and we're gonna see him in this upcoming It movie, which I'm super excited for. And then Michael Sheen. I'm not sure if I've seen a ton of Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen from Masters of Sex, Underworld. Okay, I've seen a little bit, but I'm not too familiar with Michael Sheen, so I can't comment. But he can definitely be Mad Hatter from his looks. And then he says, I believe Firefly will be a minor villain, so I wouldn't cast anybody, or I would cast anybody. love that casting roster right there. And definitely, if we get some confirmation about some of these villains, we'll have to do our own top 5 casting. But trust, I'm probably going to take some inspiration from your list. So props to this list right there. Bui Buddha, love this list here. So I'm going to scoot down here. Sorry, guys. There's a lot of comments on this villain or on this video. Sorry, DM3 says, you forgot about Halle Berry's Catwoman. I think we all want to forget about Halle Berry's Catwoman. And I'm going to end this video with Kev Rules 06 says, speaking of a big villain twist, I don't really care what Reeves does as long as he doesn't do anything like Iron Man 3. Part of me is worried that he may be too excited with developing the larger world in this film, and it may take away from a lot of what's happening, i.e. too much world building, not enough story. I love both Long Halloween and Hush, but they really shouldn't be put together. Hush has a lot of similarities with the Long Halloween, being a mysterious killer that manipulates Batman. There's also a twist involving the villain. Long Halloween would serve as much better source to pull off a detective story. I agree. I'm actually kind of hoping for a pretty tight, smaller scale movie. Sometimes it almost sounds like Reeves, in his excitement at being able to tackle this intellectual property, wants to bring a Star Wars. I'm more hoping for Blade Runner. I love that last sentence right there. Yeah, I am hoping, if that's what we're comparing things to, if this was a Star Wars versus, I'm definitely hoping for more of a Blade Runner, though I'm a big Star Wars fan too. But yes, I totally can see how you're thinking. The twist better not be no Iron Man 3 twist. That was the worst of the worst twists I've ever seen. Iron Man 3, I watched it once, never gonna watch it again. Just because of that. Developing larger world, I could, it does feel like he's gonna do a lot of world building, but just seeing from Matt Reeves' previous work, I'm gonna go ahead and trust him on this. But I definitely think that is a risk he is pulling right there. And as far as Long Halloween and Hush, and I do agree they shouldn't be put together, but we've seen that stuff happen in movies before. But I do think he should lean more into the Long Halloween story myself, even though I love both stories. So I agree with you all in all with that comment. Love that comment. Sorry I couldn't get to all of your guys' comments in here. I'll try to reply to all of them as much as I can, and I really appreciate you guys throwing these ideas out there. What did you guys think? If you guys have some casting choices that weren't mentioned here, definitely drop them down below. And do you think there is a fear of possibly focusing on too much world building and less on the story for this movie? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. We'll definitely continue this conversation. It's one I'm excited to have. Thank you guys for watching. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.